don't take requests. I never have, and I don't think I ever will. And that's something that you probably can't quote me on because
I'm a strong, independent pale woman.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video of mine. You know what time it is? It's finally 2019. I hope y'all are enjoying your new year so far. Anyways, I'll be covering my top 10 favorite arrangements from Carlo Eiene, formerly known as Insaneintherainmusic. When I was little, I spent most of my time playing Super Mario 64 on the Wii's Virtual Console. I was so inspired by the game that I would run around the house yelling "Wahoo!" falling down and making the little "oof" sound when Mario gets hurt. On top of that, I remember humming Bowser's theme from the game without even knowing what the tune was at the time. Might I add, at almost perfect pitch. This to me foreshadows what I now know to be my affinity for video game music, or VGM. One day, around 2 years ago, I was listening to a VGM station on YouTube Music when suddenly some smooth jazz came on. I thought that maybe the station glitched, so I kept listening and I heard Zelda's Lullaby. I was shocked to hear such a high quality arrangement of a theme from a video game, as beforehand I've only heard piano and synthesized covers. So I decided to subscribe to the artist's channel, but little did I know that they would soon inspire me to learn the tenor sax, as well as become my favorite artist to date.
Yeah, I play jazz music.
Before we begin though, I just want to point out that I excluded all arrangements from year 7 as I thought it'd be unfair to add arrangements from a year that's still in development. I'll just say this though, year 7 is looking, oh, so good. Now, without further ado, sit back and grab some popcorn as we delve deep into the rainstorm, the Insane in the Rain music! Let us begin. Soon after my subscription, Carlos was looking for some volunteers for an upcoming arrangement. Fans could send him videos of them dancing to a sample called Big Blue Grooves. I was a little scared to submit a video, but I bit the bullet and did it anyway. It took me a while to put some nice clothes on, find a good tree to set my tablet in, but afterwards I sent it in and I may or may not have added a cheesy message to it. But his video of Big Blue was uploaded a few weeks later and I freaked when I saw myself in it. Clout aside though, this is a really groovy arrangement. The tempo is slowed down to give it that jazzy feel, mixed with the synth keyboard and electric guitar to really scream 80s as the title suggests. Of course, Carlos's signature tenor puts the cherry on top to an overall solid arrangement. I remember searching through Carlos's channel when I stumbled upon his arrangement of Dark World. It became my favorite at the time, but more videos have been uploaded and found since then, so that is no longer the case unfortunately. The biggest thing this arrangement has going for it is definitely the tenor sax. I mean, it's just insane! In the rain! I don't remember where, I think it was in a Q&A video where Carlos stated that this was one of his hardest arrangements that he's done. I can definitely see why, as the solo halfway through backed up by the scales in the background sound very complex. But very good. Well done to you, sir. That percussion in the beginning instantly tells you what kind of an arrangement Temporal Tower is going to be. I've never played the older Mystery Dungeon games, but man, this is an epic cover. Also, a lot of these melodies are from games I haven't played, and that's great because I can discover their music and go from there. Anyways, the piano describes the serious tone given to the arrangement. When the main tenor comes in, it gives the vibe of finality, like this is the last push of determination and will before the end of a journey. Everything softens around halfway through, and the second part comes in even more powerful than the last. If I were to choose a cover for when I'm stressed, this would most definitely be the one. haven't played any mainline Fire Emblem games, mostly because of the waifu-like aspect it has, but there are a lot of great arrangements that came from it. A Light, Storm, is one of them, and Carlos couldn't have arranged it any better. It begins with the tenor sounding light and free, but serious and tense at the same time. The clapping comes in just to give the percussion a little more. The next sections get softer and slower until the key changes to a higher note and speeds back up, releasing the tension built from previous sections before jumping back to the main chorus. A complete, fast-paced, and well-made arrangement. Yet another game I haven't played, but I am aware of the tone that Eiene sets in his sets, and it's represented perfectly in the opening credits tune called Loss. The story is about a girl who is chosen as a sacrifice to keep the evil that plagues the land at bay. Listening to both the original and Carlos's cover, I can safely say that the saxophone does the arrangement better justice. It starts off sounding slow and mournful, and progresses to become more powerful and emotional. The guitar adds more depth to make everything sound more alive. Yet another well-done arrangement. I wasn't the one who discovered this, however. A friend of mine was blasting this on his Bluetooth speaker one summer morning, and we both had a sad bro moment while listening. What if you had an idea so crazy that it actually worked? This is exactly what Carlos asked when this arrangement was being worked on. With the piano section from Cantaloupe Island, the style from Can't We Elope, and the melody from Korok Forest, this tune comes together like a melon growing from a vine. Sorry, that was bad. But man, Carlos really outdid himself here. The percussion is more direct and distant, which fits perfectly with the style. Not to mention the trumpet harmonizing with the saxophone, that always has me humming along. Oh, the video for this is just great too. I love watching little sketches when listening to my jazz music with a cup of coffee on a nice Saturday morning. It really added so much character to the video, and I wish more of them incorporated this. Anyways, I did a speech not that long ago in speech class on how I thought jazz was better than rap. Needing a good and catchy example in the background, I used this while describing who Insaneintherain is. I thought y'all might like that. Ah, Kingdom Hearts. Yep, you guessed it. Haven't played this one either. But that hasn't stopped me from falling in love with Traverse Town. Where do I even start? There's so many things this arrangement does right. Like how the dynamics are done perfectly. The notes are so soft but powerful at the same time, and it gives it all such a lively feel. There isn't a single point in the arrangement where it feels or sounds empty. I don't know why, but it reminds me of Christmas Eve, where everybody is relaxed and calm but active at the same time. Another great aspect of this cover has to be the bari sax. Carlos did a great job making it fit with the theme of calm joy. It's good when it harmonizes with the tenor, but it's even better during its solos. It's really worth a listen. Well, everything that's on this list is. I guess that's why it's a top 10, huh? You can thank the fans for this one. Back in Christmas 2017, I fell in love with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I may or may not be working on a multi-part review soon. Anyways, one thing that's noteworthy about the game is its astonishing soundtrack. Fans of Carlos knew this, and eventually he was made aware of More Ardain. That's where we stand now. It may be called Roaming the Wastes, but boy, he sure didn't waste any time on making a great cover! He wasn't alone in this one either. Medlix did an astounding job on the oboe, Bassoonify was awesome with the, well, bassoon, and the one and only 8-bit Brigader was on his signature flute. Reading the description, it looks like Carlos was going for a hero's journey style, and his envisionment of the oboe and flute being the main character and sidekick is spot on. This type of style allows the dynamics to be more powerful and heroic. I would love to see more of this style, or maybe even more from this game in the future. Very well done. man, we're getting down to the final two. It was a close call between them, but you'll see why I chose the latter to be number one soon enough. First, let's talk about this beauty. 3 instruments: Rhodes, tenor, and bass. That's all that was needed. Dynamics leads it the rest of the way, and boy does it deliver. The intro gets you hooked with smooth vibes, making you think the composition was arranged to be slow. Then, the percussion kicks in after a short pause and you just know what you're in for. The saxophone lead is on point, the Rhodes add depth, and the low ends are covered by the bass guitar. Carlo stated in the description that he took inspiration from a tune called The Hornets by the Yellow Jackets, and I can definitely hear the inspiration. I just have to ask why bees are so involved with jazz. Now before I get to my personal favorite arrangement, I would like to show some insane or honorable mentions. There were so many covers to choose from and only 10 slots in the main list, so this is a way to pay tribute to some more of my favorites. Now, here are some insane mentions. Eterna Forest from Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. There's a reason it's the first video in the best of Insaneintherain music. There's a lot of things to say, so I'll just start from the beginning. The tune starts off with each instrument fading in and out after one another, giving the feeling of introduction. When the percussion comes in, the instruments start to play together as the piano plays ascending chords to create tension. The tension then fades but doesn't fully dissipate, it simply quiets down, and then everything comes together to create this section of complete freedom and releases all the tension the first section builds. This to me is the most beautiful part and is the reason it's at number 1. Building tension, then releasing it while using serene dynamics and instruments is the foundation of the arrangement. I don't know much about music composition or music theory, and Carlos, if you're watching this, I bet you can tell. But you don't need knowledge about what you're hearing or even composing to tell if it's good. No matter the knowledge, no matter the language, no matter the person, and no matter who they are, music is something we can all mutually feel. It brings people together. It can soothe a stressed man's soul. It can bring out emotions that we keep inside and don't know how to properly express. And this arrangement, Eterna Forest, is a prime example of that. I at least know that much. Well, everybody, that's my top 10 picks for arrangements from Insaneintherainmusic. I know my channel isn't that big yet, but if those watching have enjoyed what you saw, please go ahead and subscribe to Carlos' channel. The amount of time, dedication, effort, blood, sweat, and tears he's put into his channel is completely unparalleled. From Blender videos to the Super Mario Bros. Theme, from Angry Aztec to Lifelight, he's one of the only YouTubers I know that has kept the same energy throughout his entire career. Oh, and subscribe here too if you want. Don't forget to leave a like on the video too. But anyways, that's enough of me. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.